Hi everybody and welcome to our first session of the TKAcademy. TKAcademy is an initiative launched by TKA in order to become closer to our clients and customers during the COVID-19 situation. In this first episode, we will talk about microchannel heat exchangers for HVAC and R applications. Since 30 years, TKA is a leading company based in the northeast side of Italy, manufacturing heat exchange solutions for air conditioning, refrigeration, and process cooling applications. We have the know-how of manufacturing coils and cores, but also remote condensers units. Increase of energy efficiency, reduction of CO2 equivalent emissions, and more cost-effective technologies are key drivers for building a more sustainable future for our society.
Microchannel heat exchanger represent a very concrete technological response to all these needs. Let's consider a condenser for chiller applications and compare microchannel and round tube heat exchangers under the same capacity conditions. Microchannel allow to reduce the refrigerant charge up to 80%. Thanks to lower pressure drop coefficients on the air side, the energy consumption can be cut by 45%, and as a consequence, a lower sound power level can be attained. Aluminium's density is 1/3 of copper's density, and therefore microchannel heat exchangers allow lighter assemblies. In the case of water glycol applications, the advantages are of the same magnitude but slightly different because of the higher amount of liquid required in these applications.
Being manufacturers of several heat exchanger technologies, we know the pros and cons of all these different options. Comparing, for example, microchannel with round tube for specific applications, we can immediately recognize the advantages. For example, let's considering for a second the reuse of ammonia. Ammonia is becoming more and more interesting on the refrigeration market, and the main problem of ammonia is that it's not compatible with copper. So anytime we consider ammonia, we need to use stainless steel. And immediately the comparison between microchannel and round tube heat exchanger is made between stainless steel and aluminum. Said this, if we compare a remote condenser under the same capacity conditions, we immediately can recognize that we can benefit by a significant reduction of weight up to 70%, a reduction of internal volume up to 72%, and moreover also a reduction of the fan power up to 50%. Finally, the footprint can be reduced further up to 34% thanks to more compact sizes of microchannel cores compared to round and tube coils. Another good example of the advantages of the microchannels, in particular in the case of electrically driven chillers, is a comparison based for the R1234ZE, more and more used HFO refrigerant. In this case, we have analyzed a remote condenser of 470 kilowatts. And again, as in the previous case, we've compared weight and all other aspects. In particular, about weight, we can reduce the weight up to 70%. We can reduce the internal volume down to 75%. The number of fans could be reduced by 2 pieces. The fan power could be cut by 20%, and finally, the footprint reduced by 50%.
But let's focus on what is a microchannel heat exchanger. It is an assembly made by 3 main parts. A set of multi-pot extruded tubes are inserted within 2 lateral manifolds. Fins are created by folding aluminum strips and put in between 2 adjacent tubes. Input and output connections are braced on manifold surface. Baffles can be hosted within manifolds, and they are used for governing refrigerant flow within the microchannel core. Microchannel use dedicated tube profiles accordingly to the application. In the case of condenser, it is key to guarantee a fully developed phase change of the refrigerant and to minimize the pressure drop across the microchannel cores. The combination of tubes and manifolds is designed for this aim, and it has been developed through long R&D activities. We at ThermoKey have developed tools for facilitating the design and the selection of cores and remote condensers. Cardano is a selection software dedicated to microchannel condensers with a wide selection range of refrigerant and fan performances. Archimede is a selection software dedicated to air-cooled units, and it is helpful when offers need to be dispatched to our sales department. And finally, ThermoKey is a thermodynamic calculation software developed at ThermoKey and used for the design of microchannel cores. Microchannel cores can be integrated within typical V-type modules for chiller applications. Tube could be horizontal or vertical. In the first case, connections are on one or two sides, whereas in the second case, connections are on the top and on the bottom of the module. Other possibilities consist in combining water and refrigerant microchannel cores in order to create a so-called free cooling module. Multiple microchannel cores can be stacked in a shape of a multiple horizontal mode in order to increase and maximize the performance within the minimal footprint. Finally, a typical upside-down M-shaped module can be manufactured with a maximum length of 4 meters.
Alright, it was a pleasure giving you an overview of our products and presenting the wide application range that we can offer. If you are more interested about microchannels and discuss with us possible application and possible project, please don't hesitate to contact us. I thank you for the attention and bye-bye.